Um, okay. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now I'm going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for for the collective whole. It's going to be an energy update. Kind of late in the day, but better late than never. So here goes. Okay. I had asked the energy what this reading was going to be about. And I got the question of, have you looked in the mirror? Okay. Have you looked in the mirror? Have you seen your own behaviors? Are they mirroring other people's behaviors? Are your behaviors what initiates the kind of the kind of interactions you have with other people? Let's see what the message from soul is. Let's just pull some cards. Shut off the sound. All right, let me pull some cards. Ooh. Okay. Feeling some kind of weird energy is not mine. Let me just, okay, I just took a shower and a bath because I can't just do one. I know it's wasting water. I know. Okay. I like to save up all my water for specific days of the week. All right. Hold on. Oh my gosh. All right. Let us see. Okay. Just going to pull one more set of cards. I'm really super feeling this deck for some reason, like super feeling it, like feeling it beyond feeling it. I feel like I need to get a new deck again. I have so many decks already though. I don't even know the names of decks. And I use so many decks when I'm live and people are like, what deck is that? I don't know. Whatever's in my basket. I'm so serious. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they are. I've never really been big on remembering that type of information. Like, oh, your outfit's cute. Who's it by? I don't know. Your lipstick's cute. What is it? I don't know. All right. So here goes. Let me just scooch said basket. All right. Here goes. Card number 9, Euphoria, honor yourself. It's time for you to begin really, really recognizing the power that you have. Okay. You have such tremendous power over your environment. And so many of us have this thing that we do where we consistently pass off our power to other people. And part of the ways in which we do this is when we say, oh, why are people always blah, blah, blah towards me? Why are, it's like everyone else is doing something and you're kind of just on the receiving end of everything. That's rare. That's rare. To truly be just on the receiving end all the time and not being the one who is actively co-creating these circumstances that we struggle through. That's very, very rare. I even want to say that's impossible. And people can be like, well, no, I really never do anything. Well, maybe it's because you don't actively do something. Someone's always, like crossing my boundaries. They're always disrespecting me. And well, have you told them? Have you made them aware that they're doing this and you don't like it and it needs to stop? No? Okay. So There you go. You're co-creating that, okay? Not saying you deserve that. Two different, completely different things. Deserving something and co-creating it are two very different things, okay? So nourishment. It's very nourishing for you to be honest with yourself. Be honest about the interactions and your opinions about those interactions that you have with other people. If you haven't received anything good in your life lately, and you're feeling kind of like, why is everyone else getting good things and I'm not? Well, there is that eggshell. Have you put up walls? Have you allowed walls to be erected to protect you? Because the walls don't just keep out the bad things. The walls keep everything out. See how that works? So you kind of have to honor yourself. What do you need right now? Do you need 73% at 537 mirrors, 73537 mirrors, 10 5 10, 10 being the recognition that a journey is about to begin, 5 being the number of change, again 10 being the number of the start of a journey, recognition of the journey. So we have to recognize quite a few things that we are doing to ourselves. Okay. And when you can begin to be very honest with yourself, beautiful things can happen for you. Very powerful change can occur. You open the door for change. Now, am I saying all the walls need to come down? No, they don't all have to come down. Typically, a dwelling structure, if you want to dwell in a structure, whether it be a physical structure or an energetic structure, if you want to feel nice and safe and buttoned up, houses tend to have windows and doors. You know, you can still let things in. You don't have to completely nail shut the windows and deadbolt all the doors. So you definitely can do things and still have those walls up to make you feel safe, because not all of us feel safe. Okay. This is spirituality, and the spiritual path is not like a one solution type thing. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for the next person and the next person and the next person. So you have to find what works for you. If you shut down when you feel overexposed, why are you going to continue to try and expose yourself? Because people said vulnerability is powerful. You don't have to be vulnerable to everyone. You can exercise that vulnerability with only the people that you trust. See how that works? I mean, you know, the egg is porous, right? You can let some stuff in, leave other things out. So 35, card number 35, culmination of a vision. There you are. There you are, ready to shed the things that are not sustainable. This includes relationships, friendships, work environment, whatever it is. If it's not sustainable, it needs to be shed. Okay? It needs to be shed. You have to let it go. Is the tree afraid of letting its leaves go? It's no longer sustainable come fall, winter time. There's not enough sunlight. When you're experiencing a dark night of the soul, there's not enough of that bright light, that positivity. And sometimes you got to shed some of those leaves. Okay? And it's fine. The trees are not afraid. They know that with the seasons, new leaves will come. The leaves serve a purpose. It's all about growth. It's all about nourishment. And if right now what you need to nourish is in your core, I mean, you have to be honest with yourself. Allow yourself to recognize this. Okay. Card number 34, Ubuntu, compassion for others. Careful not to blind yourself in your attempt to be compassionate to other people. There you go. A lot of the empaths right now, this is what we're doing. Not only are we trying to cover up our eye, we also would much rather completely blind, disable that eye, that function of seeing in order to be compassionate. That's not compassion, that's enablement. When someone lacks the ability to understand how to function, how to operate in a cohesive manner, and you continue to blind yourself to it because you want to be compassionate, it doesn't help them. It doesn't help them. If you had a problem with some sort of substance abuse at one point in your life and you overcame it, looking back at that point in your life, wouldn't it have been the most compassionate thing if someone had sat you down and like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you struggling. I'm seeing you floundering in your own water. I see you afraid of drowning in your truth, and I'm here. I'm a lifeboat. You want me to stick out an oar? You want to climb in the boat? What do you want to do? Do you need some help? Would you prefer to stay in the water? Is this part of your exercise? What is this? Wouldn't that be compassionate? Versus, well, I'm not going to say anything because that's their life. That's their life. They make up their own life. Not my place. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the most compassionate thing is to be able to do this for yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Hey, we're kind of drowning. People are sending lifeboats, and we keep turning them away. Do we really want to drown? Can we still swim? Or is it time to get in a lifeboat? Why won't we get in one of the boats? If we're tired, why won't we allow someone to let us sit in their boat? Are we ashamed? Do we feel weak? Do we feel like if they knew how tired we were, they'd try and destroy us? Well, they already know how tired you are. That's why they've sent boats. They already know. They know you're in a ton of struggle and trouble, and that's why they've come. So sometimes the most compassionate thing is just letting yourself recognize, yeah, right now I am weak. Right now I am vulnerable. This isn't something I chose, but this is something that's happening and I need help. And it's up to you. It's up to you. You're either going to take the help or you're not. And really, if you're afraid of other people judging you, really your worst judge, your biggest critic lives in here. So card number 13, will. Do you have the will to call in enough grace to see you through all your phases? Because we often talk about compassion, compassion, compassion. When was the last time we spoke of grace? When was the last time you considered grace being a very important, very, very important part of your spiritual growth, your spiritual path, one of the tools in your spiritual toolbox? When was the last time? So oftentimes people, when we mention the word grace, we think of prayers, we think of religious affiliations, okay? So grace defined online, refinement of movement, courteous goodwill, due honor or credit to. Let's see what else. Divine grace is defined as a divine influence which operates in humans to regenerate and sanctify, to inspire virtuous impulses, and to impart strength to endure trial and resist temptation, and as an individual virtue or excellence of divine origin. That's deep. That's deep. When was the last time you considered grace? When was the last time you allowed grace to be a part of it? Card number 4, pause. Oops. Pause. Stop rushing through this process. So many of us go through this thing where it's like, well, I've already been going through this dark night of the soul for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. I was live earlier today on Facebook, and it's like, I've been in the dark night of my soul for, I want to say like 4 or 5 years, maybe even close to 6. I don't even count anymore. It's just ridiculous. Like, I know where I'm at. I'm in a dark night. It's okay. This is my element. This is what I need to grow. This is what I need, and this is what I'm being given. Um, you have seen no boats. Which direction are you looking? If you're looking only down, if you're looking only at the horizon, maybe you're not looking in the right place. Maybe the boat is within you. Maybe you are the boat. If you've seen no boats, maybe you're the boat. Maybe if we recognize that we don't always need someone outside of ourselves, and this is not directed in any specific person, but maybe if we recognize we don't necessarily always need someone outside of ourselves to get us through things, to help us weather the storm. Maybe if we recognize that sometimes instead of waiting for a boat, if we just stop flailing our arms, turn over onto our backs, and just float, you will not drown. That takes 0 effort. 0 effort, and you don't have to wait for anyone. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your endurance level. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hell, babies younger than 1 are being taught how to preserve their own lives if they fall into a swimming pool. Turn over, lay on your back, and stay like that until you get to a place where you can hold on. Beautiful shit you can find online. Beautiful stuff you can find online. Card number 16, Merak, embrace oneness with the universe. And maybe for some of us, the only way for us to embrace this oneness is to simulate drowning. Not actually fully drown, but be in a position where you're so exhausted, you're really truly at risk of drowning in the ocean of your own heart, to where you have to surrender. Surrender to the flow of that ocean within your heart. Lay on your back and become one with the water. Just float. There you go. That's oneness right there. There you go. Hunger. For those who are expecting specific types of nourishment and continue to refuse the type of sustenance that your soul brings to you, you will become ravenous. You'll become so hungry for a truth you already possess within yourself that you will be willing to eat the scraps of the lies of other people. If you allow yourself to get that hungry, don't be surprised when you gulp down other people's illusions, other people's half-truths, other people's interpretations of flat-out lies. And it's okay. You'll digest it, you'll excrete it, and you'll move on. But no, this is a potentiality. If you don't take the time to nourish yourself, if you don't take the time to provide for yourself, how unfair is that of you to expect someone else to do this for you? I'd say that's pretty unrealistic. If you can't take the time to invest in yourself, to create some form of happiness and fulfillment for yourself. I'm not talking about just buying things. I'm not talking about accolades and, things that need external validation, things that are externally defined as happiness. If you can't do it for yourself, why does someone else have to do it for you? Right? Just saying. Card number 36, intuition. We're using this Mercury period, this Mercury retrograde, to purge our thoughts of the things that have preoccupied us but haven't actually grown us. Just because you think, oh, that's deep, just because you think about it all the time doesn't necessarily mean it's growing you. Some of these thoughts, many of these thoughts, are taking up precious real estate. Let that sink in. That's right, Sergio. Let that sink in. I mean, this is a very deep message for myself. A lot of the things that I consistently think, consistently question, parsing through my own consciousness, and the things that I continue to ponder are such a distraction. They don't grow me. They simply create more questions to answer questions. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, I can eat both, and I'm hungry. Doesn't really matter which came first. I'm going to nourish myself. So maybe it's time to just let go of some of these things without gaining that understanding, without the satisfaction of a reconnection, without the satisfaction of closure, of an apology, of any of that, because that's been such a huge theme through all these dang reading is like, oh, reconnection, someone's coming back. I don't know who's coming back, but excuse me. It's like a wicked case of gas. All right, let's see. Oh, I folded it. Just pulling out some clarifier cards. 10 of Cups, happiness, good things, party or celebration. Look at that. Did someone do this for them? Or did they choose to come out of their house and just have some good times? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Like, there didn't need to be some sort of event or reason to celebrate. It's simply a choosing to come out of your dwelling space and enjoying your environment. We also have 5 of Wands, arguments, battles around you. Battles are around you. I'm kind of feeling like you have a choice to make. Are you going to choose to come out of your dwelling space and enjoy yourself? Or are you going to use the circumstance around you to continue to justify needing to be indoors, not enjoying yourself? Ooh, 65% at 5:55. Ooh, 67 at 16. Or are you going to use other people's drama to distract you? The drama people aim at you, and the drama that doesn't involve you, yet someone else comes to you about it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, damn. 10 of Swords, death or ending of situation or relationship. Ooh, it's seeming like with what we're saying today, a good portion of you are getting to that beautiful point where you're like, I'm done with this. I'm recognizing what I'm participating in. I'm recognizing what I'm choosing. I didn't realize I had a choice. You do have a choice. I didn't realize I had a choice. Now that I know I have a choice, I'm gonna kill that drama. I'm gonna be kumbaya-ish. Kumbaya-ish. Ish. Ooh, 3 of Cups, celebration, bright happenings. Yeah, if you end the drama, I mean, the only other option left is good things, right? Good things. So, 10 of Pentacles, money contentment, signing of money agreement. Money is nothing more than the paper form of energy. So this is rejuvenation of your energy. If you were feeling depleted, you probably were like, this needs to be like, no, it needs to be transmuted into this. Which one's more enjoyable? I would say this. This one is what I would pick. If you force me, I guess. But at the same time, like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not in agreement. So, Ten of Pentacles, your energy is being rejuvenated. But before this happens, in order for some of you to choose the ending of whatever that is that has been really depleting you and weighing heavily, there will be a tower moment. Okay. Catastrophe, accident, things happening very quickly at lightning pace. There will be a tower moment. The tower card is not a bad card. It's, your soul is like, F this. It's time to recalibrate and recenter and allow myself to just get rid of all of that. Get rid of that, all of it. And then it does. It starts tossing people, which, I mean, some people need to be taught. What are those? Are those like coins? I don't know what those are. I think they're coins. See that? I think they're coins. I don't really know what they are. Do we need to know what they are? I just need to know that I'm not the one being tossed out the tower. That I'm safely watching that from a far distance. Yeah, I'm just, no, we're not having none of that. All right, let's see. Let us see. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple animal cards. Let's see what the energies of these animales are going to try and tell us what we should pull in to kind of recalibrate, recenter, rejuvenate. One more shuffle. Ooh, I'm feeling some kind of way right now. Not bad, just an intensity. I don't even know what it is. It's just an intensity. All right. Oh, this damn elk again. Okay, so the elk was at the bottom. Let's see. Let's shuffle again because... I love how honest you are in this moment, Ellie. I've known for some time I have a choice. It's just hard. Do you realize how powerful a statement that is? Some people will be like, oh, well, you're just making excuses. No, that statement is a ridiculously powerful statement where you recognize you have the power of a creator. You are a creator, but you also are having a human experience and you are loving yourself enough right now to be gentle with yourself, to choose gentleness, to have grace with your lack of desire not desire, your resistance to choosing what's right. Because really, do we really know what's right? Or do we think we know what's right? That's such a powerful statement, girlfriend. I'm just saying. Let that sink in. All right, so we have the elk. Okay, this energy is about stability. It's about really just flowing. Allow yourself to flow with your process. Your process involves you knowing that you have a choice, but resisting the need to make the choice right now, and kind of just allowing things to unfold. That's a choice that's being made. Okay. And it's okay if it's hard. It's okay if it's hard. So we also have that turtle energy. Sometimes when the stabilization, the process of stabilizing is a little too challenging for what we're willing to experience in that moment, and you have every right to take a step back and be like, you know what, I can't do this right now. I can't do this right now. Um, Sometimes when it's a little too much, we pull in some of that turtle energy. And the turtle, it's like, you carry your protection on your back. Sometimes you got to just pull yourself into your core. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not weak, it's a recognition of a need, a current need. We have to really shift this perception of like, no, I have to go, go, go. I have to show how strong I am. Most of my life I lived in that way where it's always go, go, go. I have to show how strong I am. I always have to be very stoic. I can't show any type of negative emotion. Um, all of that. And I would say that was the most weakest part of my life, the most weakest, because as I continued to put up that outward appearance of strength, stability, internally, I was so unstable. I was fighting such a massive nuclear war within myself, and it was bad. It was real bad. And if y'all have no idea how dark it can get within myself, like really, really dark and really, really ugly. And people think, oh, she's so positive, she's so strong. Am I? Or do I just know how to use my privacy to not share the things that I'm not willing to share? Is that me saying that I'm unstable? Am I? No one really knows. No one really knows what's going on inside you. You don't really know what's going on within someone else. It's not your job to fix anyone else. It's not your job to select people and be like, well, that person needs more compassion. They're going through things that I'm aware of. Um, Maybe they have enough compassion, the coddling, enabling type of compassion. Maybe what they really need is for someone to call them out on their bullshit. And maybe the person that you think is like super strong and doesn't need help is the person that is everyone's foundation, everyone's rock, everyone leaning on them. And so they're exhausted. And because they're seen as so strong, no one ever offers to lighten their load. Hey, just because your shoulders are built to be strong enough to carry the load doesn't mean it's fair. Doesn't mean you don't get tired. Doesn't mean you don't go through periods where you want to give up. We have to be able to see these things. You know what I mean? You have to be able to see these things, like really see beyond what people put up as the official story. So Dragonfly is the next card. This is a transformation period for all of us. Not for some of us, for all of us. All of us are going through a period of transition. It's like this recognition that we don't just have one pair of wings, we have two, you know? We have the agility, we have the speed, we have the intelligence, we have the ability to see clearly. Clair clear seeing, clairvoyance. Yeah? I don't know. All the clairs are clear, clarity. It's about clarity. So this is about allowing your intuition to really begin to guide you. Anything that resonates with you when I do readings for you guys, it's nothing more than confirmation of things your intuition's already been telling you. But because you don't believe in yourself, you need to hear it from someone else. And really, if you think that I need to be credited with anything, any kind of progress you're making in your journey, I beg to differ. That's sweet and everything. I so appreciate that you value me. But really, you need to reevaluate who needs to get that credit. You've chosen to go on this journey. And I'm nothing more than a way for you to suspend your disbelief in yourself. That's all I do. Your belief in me suspends your disbelief in yourself, and you allow yourself healing. So receive your messages. Whatever those messages are, whatever confirmations you're getting from me, they are nothing more than reiterations of what your soul has been trying to tell you. And whether you actively are listening or it's something that you're kind of just hearing in the background, no, you're still receiving those messages. You can choose at some point to consciously receive it, take it in, analyze it, let it sit with you, see how it feels. What is the actual message? Where is this message coming from? Is it from my higher self? Is it from something outside of myself? And you guys, I would be really careful about talking to other things and getting guidance and information from other things. Quite a few people, actually, all of the people, I didn't realize that until right now. That's some shit. All of the people who have come to me in the past, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months, who actively speak to another being that guides them, and, because they feel comfortable telling me since they hear me cussing out Michael. And that's good. That's good that you trust me. It's an honor to me and my soul that you trust me in that way. But I just realized all of them in the past about 2 months now have been talking to a mimic. There's a parasite who plays a very benevolent role, but it's just a role. It's a character that they play. They have other intentions. And I'm just like, careful with that. Speak to your higher self. Speak to yourself. Don't let your fear of not being enough convince you to listen to things outside of yourself. You guys hear me talking to Michael all the time, and I'm constantly like, don't tell me what to do. Stop talking to me. I don't want to hear you right now. He's not doing anything but delivering messages from my higher self, who I have a tendency to ignore too. Girlfriend, you be saying a lot of things I don't want to deal with in this life. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We just being honest here. She said a lot of things I don't want to be taken in during his lifetime. Save it for the next life, girl. Sending you to voicemail. Save it for. Don't listen to me. I do send her to voicemail. And then she sends Michael. That's how it works. That's our cycle. She doesn't want to listen. Send Michael. Well, whatever. I don't want to listen to Michael either. Well done, guys. I'm told to pull 3 more cards. I thought I was done. I'm told to pull 3 more cards from okay. That little dramatic face and mouth thing just made me dizzy. Card number 42, South Node, Life's Debts. The things that we're experiencing right now during this Mercury retrograde has a lot to do with the South Node. Okay. These are things we're trying to correct. These are things that might have been unbalanced for several lifetimes already. And for those of you who are like, well, what if I've never lived another life before? Okay. Pretty much all of us have. Pretty much all of us have. I have worked with so many people for so many years. I have never to date met a single person who has not had several lives before this one. Just saying. Card number 42. Karma, when properly understood, is just the mechanics through which consciousness manifests. So this is about karmic connections, karmic load. Karma is not a punishment. Okay. Karma is not something negative. Karma, if you were to understand that karma is nothing more than a miasmic distortion within your auric field, you'd be able to release some of that fear and sense of obligation. So miasma is nothing more than frozen light code. It is a moment within your soul's consciousness where you could have had that moment in this life, in a previous life, whatever it is. It's a moment where you became aware on some level that you were not responsibly selecting options or potentiality. And so that moment was frozen to come back later, to learn later. Okay. Because at that moment, okay, we're just not going to do this right now. We'll come back to this. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right. So I have karmic connections with other people. We have a lot of frozen things. We have in a frozen tea party, is what it is. Don't let yourself get too caught up on the whole karma thing. South Node is all about being prepared for what comes next, and that means being experienced. There is no winging it at this time, or your plans may truly sink. Sometimes when the South Node is activated, it will take several tries to get what you're after. You could receive an unexpected rejection, one you weren't looking for. Okay, why are you having me read this? Is this connection like someone's coming back again? Is that what you're trying to say? Someone's coming back again. Okay, what is this? About leaving your comfort zone, making as many new contacts as you possibly can. Let's see. This is about a turning point. It's a time of endings and beginning, understanding that there's something about to close that has been held in place for a long time. So one of the miasmic distortions that we were just talking about, that frozen light code, is being thawed out. The winter, the emotional winter is ending. Okay. Get ready to cry. What happens during spring? Waterworks. When the snow melts, the water flows. Get ready to cry. 10 of Swords. Did we not pull the 10 of Swords? This mother freaking. Here it is. Okay, hold on. We sure did. We sure freaking did. We sure frickin' A did. Okay, frickin' A. So again, reiterating. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Next is this dreaded card. Cancer, I feel. And I'm not talking shit about Cancer. I have Cancer in my chart. So your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Maybe a more accurate statement is not rely on the feelings of what you feel right now, but rather analyze and determine what it is you're feeling right now. Where are those feelings rooted? What type of soil is that? That's a better question. You can be assured emotions are high. You may want to withdraw, or you may be dealing with someone who is withdrawn or depressed. There is sensitivity and emotional closeness indicated. If your question is about love, it may be a secret or involve bonded souls. Can also mean that family or domestic issues need to be addressed. Women's issues and how women get along are also very much, a big part of the energy of this card. This has to do with the moon card in the tarot deck. And really, a lot of things are going on behind the scenes, things you're not aware of. As the moon goes through its phases, different aspects of itself will be hidden away. And it's like you're going through different phases of your development. If emphasis on if, caps lock that bitch, capital I, capital F, asterisk, bold and underlined. If. If there is someone coming back, they're still probably hiding. They're probably watching and in a state of seclusion. They might be the ones, if you're not going through the family stuff, domestic stuff, they might be the one that's going through things. They might be the 10 of Swords victim. Are you a victim, or are you fucking around? Are you just joking? Is that what it is? You want to get sympathy? I don't know. I can be heartless at times. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about you, bro. Are your fingers crossed? I thought his fingers were crossed. I was like, are your fingers crossed? What is going on? So, whatever is happening, either for you or for the cross watcher, Something huge is occurring. It might be them that's going through a tower moment. If everything seems like beautiful for you right now, it really might be them going through the tower moment. It might be them going through all the struggles. They might have been the one who initiated the defrosting of that miasmic distortion. And all of this is kind of going on with minimal awareness from you. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to be all up in their process, but this has to do with the past. So, inner awareness, memory, the past, hiding seclusion, the womb. It has to do with their rebirthing process. So, this is someone from the past. They've become aware internally. There's a potentiality that memories of you continue to be put in their face. It ties into this card, which is karmic connection that you guys have, a soul bond. And I guess they have to kind of, stay on the fringes until they can figure themselves out. The bottom line, you're not to interfere with their process, because if you do, then it's just going to repeat another cycle of whatever it was you guys went through before. Okay. Card number 11, Pluto, transformation. People living deeply have no fear of death. They're going through a spiritual death. There's a likelihood they're going through a spiritual death, or you're going through a spiritual death. Dive deeper. Dive deeper into your heart space. Okay. Dive real deep into the trenches of your heart's oceans. Find the deepest trench and dive into it. Have no fear of dying or death. That's the only thing guaranteed in this life. You're either going to physically die, you're going to emotionally die, spiritually die. That's the only thing guaranteed in this life. And it's not necessarily morbid. We have such an unreasonable, irrational fear of death, and death being the only certainty in this life. It's kind of ridiculous to be afraid of the only thing that's a given, right? So have no fear of it. Learn to live. Really, really live. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris, and also inspiration. So again, it's about that tower moment. I don't think this is, unless this whole thing has been resonating for you and you're going through all of this, I think this is the cross watcher. I think this is the other person who popped in your head when I was like, is this a reconnection? When I got all sour. Wow, many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. Ooh, this visual of the Ten of Swords, like the people who should have defended you, the people who you gifted swords to, thinking they would use it to always defend you, instead inserted into you before they left. That's fucking deep. So this card relates to the Six of Swords. It's about transformation, endings, beginnings, new ways, the end of the old, intensity. It's getting real intense up in here. It's getting real intense. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out not to be what you always thought. Ooh, snatch your face off. Snatch your face off. I read that and I'm like, damn, you might have a really rude awakening. For those of you that experience whatever ugly things from the past with whatever this connection is, and you have this entire storyline built into your head, because oftentimes what people experience is a deafening silence. Okay. When the other person doesn't explain things to you, many of us end up creating a story ourselves about why this and why that and their reasoning, regardless of how, whether it's true or not. It tends to not be true. We really cling to these stories that we tell ourselves. And maybe this whatever this was that was coming back, is all about correcting that distortion. And I think for many of us, you're going to realize I totally am an ass. I totally fucking made a whole story up that had nothing to do with the truth. I should be like a screenwriter. I should write telenovelas. I should write a story. It would be the New York Times bestseller list because my ability to create some fictitious ass drama in my head is bar none. So, yeah. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay or decadence, but more positively, rejuvenation, healing, and birth. So we talk about decay, rotting. These feelings have been rotting within you for so long. You've held it in and molded over, and it's just rotting in your heart and your chest. It's necrotized emotions, necrotized energy. There is richness in that decay. Allow yourself to transform into the fungus that you are and utilize the richness. Use it to nourish you. Okay? Use it to nourish you. It's just time. It's time to let all that other stuff go. I'll read you guys one last card. This was the card I was going to read before I was told to pull all those other cards. Let's do one last card. This is a message from your soul. Message from your soul. Doop, 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 da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Don't judge me. I'll sing whatever I want. I make up my own words. I hum it under my breath. Do, 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 do. All right. You're starting with that again. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 20 freaking 7. I don't know what the hell that 27 is about. Let's go ahead. Card number 32. All right. Card number 32. Here we go. 32. She offers the sacred wine, so drink. O wine, giver of the enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness, for this is the reason you have brought me here from the desert of oblivion. O beautiful wine giver, pour me the wine that gives me insight. Offer me the wine from the sea of love and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My spirit is consumed by judgment and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics, and their words become warm, and their nays become yays. Will you say yes to me? I want to take you with me on a wild adventure. There we shall be tripping, stumbling, falling like fools, laughing our most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illumined by the golden hearth fires, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. Beloved, you're being offered a gift that's beyond your understanding. This gift is from the hand of the divine beloved, an offering to you that will lift you beyond what you have known into the next opening of your inner eye, of your heart, of your soul, so that you may caress the earth with the light of heaven. This may sound wonderful, indeed it is. Yet welcome through this gift, Though this gift may be, there is a trick to receiving it, you see. When the sweet wine is offered, you must drink, but also be willing to become drunk. You must be willing to let go of your control. You must trust in what will happen, trust that you will be cared for, or that you may appear to be the fool. You must be willing to not have all the answers, or indeed any answers at all, my wise soulmate, and trust that this is according to the higher plan and not some inadequacy or error. You will accept the gift that's coming to you, the offering that the sacred feminine brings to you now. It's a sweet wine she offers. It shall be an enjoyable journey receiving this gift, a wearing away of resistance and restraints toward life through the sheer pleasure of aliveness without thought. What a journey this is to be for you. So much that is truly wonderful and incredible, sacred and extraordinary awaits you. You who are asked to drink from the generous cup the great beloved is bringing towards your lips. So, what if your speech becomes incoherent and you have no words to describe what you feel? Or if the world around you ceases to understand you? Could any of that compare to the great bliss of being fully alive and dancing with the divine ones in dazed splendor at the beauty of life? This is a party you want to attend, trust me, even though no one will be much interested in talking because they will be too busy dancing. Everyone will envy you, though if you open your heart to invite them too, many will say, "Oh no, I have to wash my hair and I have to sort through my accounts and count my fingers and my toes. It will take me too long and I simply won't be ready to attend." But you go, of course. You enjoy yourself while I'm working long and hard at things so very important. And you may hang your head and wonder if you too should stay at home to wash your hair and tend to your accounts and count your fingers and toes, and many times over perhaps to make sure you get it right. But then you'll hear the distant sounds of clinking glasses, of music, of stomping and dancing and laughter, and you'll think a wise thought. So wise indeed that you'll stop thinking immediately after thinking it. The thought will be, forget this to-do list, I'm going to have some fun. This oracle comes with guidance for you. Are you having fun yet? Well, you may need to wash your hair and tend to your accounts. That's fine. You may need to count your fingers and toes, but over and over again? Surely you can find some time in between the endless to-dos of your to-do list to throw a tantrum and come dancing with me instead. Your honor and commitment, discipline and focus are certainly to be rewarded with some uninhibited nonsense, hopefully. Come, put aside that seriousness for a moment or more and allow the wild child in you to take your body and soul for a spin. Together, let's go and paint the town the color of love. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. There was no twin flame message. This was a message from your higher self. There was none. So, yeah. You're going to drink from the cup of love from your beloved, your higher self. You're going to take a sip. Baby, can't you see I'm falling? A soul like you should wear a warning. You're dangerous. I'm falling. Ah, I love that song. Toxic. Some people are toxic. I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me, for joining me and listening to my interpretation of these messages. If you haven't already given this video a thumbs up, please do. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. And take a sip. Take a sip from the cup of life. Allow yourself to actually live. You're more than just a compilation of lists and errands and things to get done for other people. You're so much more than that. So, good night, guys.